It's the Greek Soccer Show. And it's brought to you by MyBookie, the fine people over at MyBookie. Would like to remind you that if you use the promo code Pantelis, they're going to match your initial deposit. And not just that, but if you use the link in the description, they'll fill it out for you. So just fill out the Pantelis part and you're good. Pantelis is the promo code, mybookie.ag. They're going to match your initial deposit. You could bet on these games over there. Very exciting. Welcome back. A lot of stuff has happened regarding Greek teams so far this week, as far as Europe's concerned. And by the way, thank you for the people that signed up. We got a lot of subscribers now. We got about 160 on the audio files, so like iTunes and stuff like that. So that's very cool. Share it with your friends if you like soccer, if you like hearing about this nonsense. The Greek Soccer Show is 100% a passion project of mine when I'm not doing stand-up. So I don't know where to start that's more important for you guys because there's a lot of excitement. If you guys do want to talk about things, though, we should definitely mention that in the Champions League, Olympiakos played very well. They went to Russia against Krasnodar. They did what people said they couldn't do. They won away. That game was an exciting game because, by the way, what a beautiful, beautiful arena. What a beautiful stadium that those Russians have built. So Olympiakos went down there. They already had that 4-0 lead. They went in there on a mission, though. They wanted to win. They wanted to play properly. They went down 1-0 pretty early on. And within about a minute, they tied the game, took a 5-1 lead, and then ended up closing it out with a 2-1 victory. That would have got you good money on the betting lines if you went to mybookie.ag, because even though on aggregate everyone had Olympiakos making to the group stage, they thought they wouldn't get the double. They wouldn't get the away win, but they did. So good for them. Good points for Greece. They got drawn into a group in Europe. We should talk about that, though. A very difficult group. The Champions League draw took place. And poor Olympiakos has to face Bayern Munich, Tottenham, and their friends, Red Star Belgrade, sister club. They get along, these guys. The fans get along. And that's the Champions League group stage shaping up for Olympiakos. They're going to have a tough time, I think. Now, I'm giving them the third place. I think they could definitely go to the round of 32 of the Europa League, guaranteed, by taking third spot over Red Star. But at the same time, this team, the way they're playing, if they pull the proper upset, and the other two teams, Tottenham and Bayern, you don't know what's going to happen between them. They might be able to sneak into second place. I honestly believe it. Like that's the shape that they're in right now. They're in very, very good shape. That is a team that's competitive. They're competing. They're a good representative right now. And especially, we need the points because it doesn't look like we can get anything else. We're at 15th place right now. We're 650 points behind Denmark, which is not a lot, right, on the coefficient ranking. Denmark is in 14th place. Cyprus right behind Greece. And they're only 100 points behind us. They're going to get that in a game if Apoel wins with their easy group, because both Copenhagen from Denmark and Apoel of Cyprus both have easier groups in the Europa League, so they're kind of guaranteed more points than us. One's going to slip away, the other's going to pass us. Unless, they self-destruct and Olympiakos does well. But we can get to more of that later, I guess. I'll talk about the national team. I'll touch on that a bit. But since we're talking about Europe, we got to talk about our other two teams that were playing in Europe in the Europa League. We'll start, I guess... we'll start with the less noteworthy game, just so that we can get it out of the way, because PAOK, as they're known to do, choked. They choked hard. This has always happened to them. I mean, they got the victory. They lost away from home against Bratislava. They went back to Tuba. Everybody was talking about how PAOK's going to take this, and they took it. I mean, they won. They won 3-2. 3-3 aggregate score. The away goals matter. They're out. Bratislava. Is that even a real place? And they're through to the next round. That's got to suck. With the money they invested in that team, winning the championship last year, the whole point of winning it was to get to the Champions League for the first time. They missed out because of Ajax. And now the Europa League, really? It eluded them because of the powerhouse of Bratislava? I don't know. And they didn't play well at all at home. I mean, they took the victory, but it was sloppy. Again, all their games have been sloppy. All their games have had many moments of sloppiness. And the fans have got to the fans have got to notice. I'm pretty sure people are pretty pissed off right now. People that are fans of PAOK. It does suck. I mean, I wish they had made it through. Greece needs the points, and it would have been nice for them to have some kind of a, stretch in European games, give them the experience. They didn't get it, though. But it wasn't our only representative in Europe. We had one last team, my favorite team, AEK Athens, who is going through an implosion, as you all very well know, these past couple of weeks. The coach was fired after falling to Trabzonspor 3-1 last week at home. They had, 3 days with their new coach, their interim coach, rather, Nikos Kostenoglu. But he got that team ready. That team went into the Europa League match against Trabzonspor ready to fight for their lives. And they went into Turkey with a new lineup, a new look AEK Athens. Same team, different play style. A style that really fitted them. A style that got them a 2-0 lead at the half. Score on aggregate was tied at 3. Huge for AEK. One more goal and they'll make it through. They'll get the upset. Sadly, they couldn't do it. There was 2 penalties that weren't called. They should have been called. The ref didn't do it. I guess he felt the pressure of that hot crowd in Turkey. Though the fans of AEK didn't seem to mind it, and neither did the players. You could have had 80,000 Turks screaming. Didn't faze these players not one bit. They were there on a fucking mission. All right, very proud of that team. They played their hearts out. Even though the president, Tayyip El-Clowno Erdogan, made this whole game political for some reason. And then they had banners of "Can you swim?" referencing some quite atrocious things that Turks have done in the past to Greeks and Armenians when they were burning towns and pushing Greeks into the sea. So they were referencing a lot of violent acts and asking the team, "Can you swim? We're going to throw you in the water." Like, no one is scared. No Greek is scared of them. It's just that it was very unprofessional. Let's see if UEFA does anything, because Celtic got in trouble for weird banners and chants. Anything that has to do with political, situations or race, normally UEFA steps in. Let's see if they're going to do anything. But in any event, Trabzonspor got buried by AEK Athens. Sadly, the away goals matter, and they couldn't make it through. But goddamn, what a team! If they play like that, we're going to have a good, exciting Greek league this year, because we'll have a couple of teams that can compete for the top, and it should be fun. Though, it remains to be seen, because AEK is still looking to sign Poyet, apparently. Melisanidi and some other AEK representatives have been speaking with him, but it doesn't look like both sides have come to an agreement. As far as it stands right now, at the moment, they're not meeting even close to being, they're not meeting anywhere near the halfway mark, so they're both way off. So it doesn't look like it's going to come, but I'm not even that phased. I mean, look at what Kostenoglu was able to do with this team in 3 days. Motivate them, get them organized, get them ready to fight again. I don't think he's that bad of a coach right now. I mean, if we're looking at it on paper, he did the best that we can ask for, right? He did whatever the other coach couldn't do. He got them motivated, and he got them to beat a team that in front of them, frankly, is garbage. Trabzonspor didn't deserve to beat AEK at home. A tie in Athens would have been a miracle for Trabzonspor with this team playing the way it played yesterday. Should have gotten dominated. But, there's so many external factors in soccer. In football, if you will, if you're in the UK. But yeah, in soccer, there's so many external factors. The motivation, the mentality of the team. People, they fight, disagreements. Some of the coaches don't get along with players. That's what's happening with Cardozo, apparently. So these are things to consider. Now, before I get to the national team, I do want to touch on, since we are talking about Europe, let's talk about the Champions League draw, some of the notable groups. Because I know everyone's interested in the Champions League. What a time to be alive. The best club competition on the planet. And there are some pretty cool groups. Like Group A has Bruges, which is going to get knocked around, because they got to face Galatasaray, PSG, and Real Madrid. PSG and Real Madrid definitely getting past that group. Group B, we talked about this. Bayern, Red Star Belgrade, Olympiakos, and Tottenham. Favorites to win the group, Tottenham and Bayern, obviously. But, Red Star, I'm giving them the fourth. But Olympiakos, I give them guaranteed third. And I think they could steal a second with, one good game at the Karaiskaki. Pull an upset, we'll see. C should be easy, slim, easy pickings for Man City and Shakhtar Donetsk. They got Zagreb and Atalanta. They should Shouldn't be any shocks there. Atletico de Madrid, Bayern Leverkusen, Juventus, and Lokomotiv. Should be Atletico and Juventus. Lokomotiv might sneak something in there, but I sincerely doubt it. I think that one's going the way we all expect it. Group E with Genk and Liverpool and Napoli. I'm giving that, obviously, to Liverpool to take it, and Napoli to probably follow suit, go in the next round. Group F, Barcelona, Dortmund, Inter Milan, and Slavia Prague. Poor Slavia Prague is going to get bounced around that group. The main fight here is going to be for second place. The fight is going to be for that last spot to the next round, because Barcelona is definitely going to finish on the top of that group. Group G, the group that every Olympiakos fan wished they were drawn into. This would have been an amazing group for them. Benfica, Lyon, Red Bull Leipzig, and Zenit St. Petersburg. Now, replacing Olympiakos with any of those teams would give Olympiakos a favorable draw to make it to the next round. So that would have been perfect. Sadly, it's not the way it came out, but it should be an interesting group to watch. And we close it off with Group H. Ajax, Chelsea, Lille, and Valencia. The funnest part about that group is that it really could go either way. There's a lot of upsets that could happen there. Valencia's a good team. Lille's a good... I would like to see Ajax lose at this point because of all the games that I saw them win, quote-unquote, during the playoffs. Like the one against... as garbage as PAOK played defensively. A lot of questionable officiating in those games. So those are the Champions League group stage draws. But if you think I'm done with Champions League news, that's because you don't know me. You don't know me too well. And if you think I'm not going to talk about our friend Eric Cantona, who just went nuts. So Eric Cantona, for those of you who don't know, legendary Manchester United player. He is a man who knows how to drop kick fans when they get out of line. He was presented with an award at, I believe, the President's Award at the Champions League group stage draw ceremonies. And he proceeded to give a speech that was probably written by our intern over at Tuchek Poseidon. He kind of lost his mind a bit, but it was fun. It was so fun to hear, to listen to him do that. So I'll let you guys listen to this absurd take on whatever the hell he was taking on.
Recipient of the 2019 President's Award. What's going on through your mind right now?
Yeah, what is?
As flies to wanton boys.
Right.
We are for the gods.
Yeah, we're for the gods.
They kill us for the sport. Soon the science will not only be able to slow down the aging of the cells.
Science, baby, stop that aging.
Will fix the cells.
Fix them.
To the state. And so we will become eternal.
Eternal, we're becoming inhuman.
Only accidents, crimes, wars.
They're on Ronaldo right now. His fucking face. He is so confused.
But unfortunately, crimes and wars will multiply.
Multiply those crimes and those wars. Not multiply, multiply.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Eric.
Nobody knows what happened.
Both of you here.
Nobody knows. They're pretending like they know what he said. Nobody knows the goddamn hell he was talking about. But I like how they all clapped and they pretended like, no, we know. We're in the know. You're not in the know, sirs. Nobody knows the hell he's I don't think Eric Cantona knows what the hell he's talking about. Though it was amusing as hell. That was a fun thing for him to do. Maybe he's doing it just to screw with everyone. Okay. So while before we go here, first time we're touching on the Greek national team. I just want to remind everybody, in case they're curious, the Euro qualifiers continue with our new coach this time. But they continue next week, Thursday, the 5th of September, is our game in Finland against Finland. Finland, who has been giving us all kinds of trouble the past couple of years because we've been also playing garbage. We have a great group of individual players, but getting these guys together on the same page has been impossible. It's proven to be very difficult, quite the challenge, if you will. So we got Finland in a must-win game on Thursday. And then that Sunday, the 8th of September, we got Liechtenstein. That one at least is at home. It'll be meaningless if we lose to Finland, though. Because the way it stands right now with the groups is the top two teams are the only ones that are guaranteed, as you know, to make it to the Euro. And right now, Italy's at the top of the group. Everybody played 4 games, by the way. So Italy's at the top of the group right now with 12 points. Finland holds the second spot with 9 points. Armenia is following them with 6 points, and Greece has 4 points, tied with Bosnia at 4. Liechtenstein obviously has 0. So Greece has to beat Finland away to keep Finland at 9 points and to put Greece up at 7, right? 1 win away. Now, we're hoping that Bosnia and Armenia falter. Armenia is going to be much simpler because then we have that game against Armenia if we get those 7 points, right? That we could, if we beat them in the next game we face them, we'll pass them. Same kind of goes with Bosnia. And I believe the next game against Bosnia is going to be in Greece. So this Finland game, a lot is riding on it. So we need to beat Finland, and then, you know, our hopes and dreams are back in there. We can hope. We can dream again. But everything is riding on this game, and I wonder if the new coach is prepared. I wonder if the players are mentally prepared. Who doesn't want to be at the Euro? Don't you want to see Euro 2020 with Greece in it? That's what I want to see. And if you guys are playing video games, by the way, if you guys like soccer games, Pro Evolution Soccer, the new one this year, goddamn, it's looking good. It's looking good, folks. I'm a big fan of that. I'm a big fan. I always get that option file from the PES Universe people. So if you like video games, I do recommend you get the new Pro Evo, the new PES, the new eFootball, Pro Evolution Soccer 2020, as they're calling it, because the Japanese don't give a flying fuck about short names. Get that. And head over to mybookie.ag. Let them know I sent you. Pantelis, they'll match your initial deposit. PantelisComedy.com for all of my real stuff, for my comedy stuff. And I don't know if I'm going to be providing details on the tour on this podcast because it's not really for comedy fans, but I might do it just in case you're in a town and you want to come see some offensive stand-up. I'll let you guys know what I'm doing. So thank you guys for listening. I'm very proud that the subscriber count is going up in audio format. This is an audio podcast. So I hope you enjoy it. Share it with your friends and take care of yourselves.